Hi my lovelies, welcome back to my channel, and for everybody who's new, I'm Leorah and I'm so glad you found me. So welcome to today's video where I'm actually going to walk you through my eyebrow routine. And because I do my eyebrows basically first, almost first, that's why I look the way I do. So don't get scared. This is how I look when I get up in the morning. Actually, the only thing I did, of course, after shower and skincare and all of that, is that I tight lined my eyes with a waterproof eyeliner pencil, because that is always the very first thing I do, just to get it out of the way, and I just put it at the top of my routine so I don't forget it, because it always looks better to have your lashes tight lined. And then what I do is I put on primer. I put on primer on my forehead, and I have my whole routine broken up in two parts, basically two areas of my face. So in the beginning I prep really only my area above my eyebrows, and so I'm right now putting on my primer. I'm right now using still the infallible mattifying base from L'Oreal. It's not like I like this still. It's just that I want to use it up because I don't want to throw it out, because my needs have shifted from matte to dewy, and but it's almost empty, so that's why I'm just using it up. Okay, so I'm just putting it here, and you do not need to do that. You do not need to wear primer if that is not what you do. Some people just use it sparingly in different spots, and I just wear it everywhere because for me it works. For me it helps to keep everything in place throughout the whole day, and that's why I do it. Okay, so first of all, that's what I do. Then I take my foundation, and right now I'm trying out a foundation from Maybelline, and that is the Maybelline Super Stay 24-Hour Full Coverage Foundation in the shade Sand. And wait, let me just take off my jewelry because that's what we have to do here. And again, I'm just doing it above my eyebrows. I'm putting down the foundation. If I ever get to take this necklace off, there we go. All right, this I'm gonna put on later. All right, so I am taking a brush, a foundation brush, and I'm actually applying the foundation just with my finger like this. And then I'm just gonna blend it out, and this foundation sets itself so fast, so you have to be really quick to work with this. But other than that, it is a really nice foundation that it is actually true to its name. It is Super Stay, super Stay. It is probably one of the best ones that I have tried so far with staying power. Where staying power is concerned, I would like it to be not drying down as matte as it does, but with my experience that I have now with that foundation, once I do put on my own personal setting spray that I'm using, go and check it out, it's so affordable and it's so helpful, then there's like the whole life comes back to the look. So anyway, so that's what I do, and I do that because if I were to do my eyebrows first and then put on my foundation, it would be so much harder to, you know, stay in place and to be super precise. So that's why I'm just using this step to help me to be a little bit more free, and afterwards don't have so much cleanup. So that's what I'm doing. Of course, if you are mixing foundations, then that is hard, because if you have to mix foundations twice, it would be so hard to exactly come up with the same shade, the same, how do you say that, the same mixture, exactly the same mixture, because you don't want to, of course, look like this here. I just can't explain what I mean. Do you know what I mean? Like that this part looks different than this part. That's what I wanted to say. Anyway, all right, so that's what I did, and now I'm just gonna take a sponge and I'm just gonna dab in that foundation, just a tiny little bit, but it already, just like that, it looks already pretty good. Okay, so now I am actually ready to start my eyebrows, so I'm gonna zoom in a little bit and then we'll try to tackle this. Okay, I think this is all the zoom that I can take because I don't like to be super zoomed in. Okay, so what we have to do is, of course, we have to make our eyebrows look nicer, because it is the frame for the whole face. I think really eyebrows are the most annoying thing for me personally, but it is even more important than eyeshadow, if you ask me. Though you know how passionate I am about eyeshadow, but me saying that eyebrows are more important, that means something. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a spoolie and I'm just going to brush my eyebrows up, and you can see that they are not very spectacular. They are very overplugged. I used to have very wide eyebrows, honestly, and I really, already when I was a teenager, I had very thin eyebrows. I had plucked them so much, they were just a tiny thin line, but that was what we did back then. I don't know. So thankfully they grew back quite a bit, and yeah, so I try to sort of have them in shape, but they are, if you see that here, there's for example, there is like a hole here, and here they just fizzle out. There is nothing much left here, so that's what it is. But I know that I'm not alone in this, so we can commiserate. Okay, so what I'm doing, what has been helping me so much, is that before I go in with eyebrow pomade or with eyebrow shadows, I'm taking an eyebrow pencil, and right now this is all Drugstore, because I am not 100% settled if I will, you know, if I will continue this eyebrow routine for the rest of my life. I'm still trying out what works best for me, so that's why I'm just buying Drugstore till I know what I want. So I'm using the L'Oreal Age Perfect Brow Magnifier. It looks like this, has a spoolie on one side, and here is the actual pencil, and this is in the shade taupe, I think it is. Taupe gray. And I've mentioned that in a previous video already, that I think taupe is such a universal shade. It looks very like gray and old on me, like really. But of course I'm going to put eyebrow shadow over that. But for me, this is, and I'm going to show you what I mean, it helps me so much to just figure out where I want to go. You know, because I don't have just one routine. Sometimes I bring them down more, sometimes I like extend them more towards, you know, the side of my face. So it all depends how I feel. The other thing that I think is really helpful is if you are working with a magnifying mirror, which I have right here, that you should have another mirror that is a little bit further away, that is not magnifying, which is here, like right here. So I'm always switching between those two mirrors, and that also helps in general with eyeshadow application and with contouring and everything, because this mirror here, I have something on my nose. Yay. Okay. This mirror, the magnifying mirror right here, sort of distorts the picture. You know, you have, of course, you have a very zoomed in look, yes, but it distorts the picture and it helps to have the whole picture. So that's why I'm going always between those two mirrors. So what I'm going to do is I'm taking that eyebrow pencil and I'm just outlining, for example, I'm just outlining the lower line following my eyebrows up to the arch. So of course there is that whole thing that, you know, your arch has to be there and there, and the end of your eyebrow has to be there and there. I think, yes, okay, according to those makeup rules, that's all true, but I don't care. I really personally for myself don't care. So the makeup rules, just to shorten this, are basically when you take, for example, a brush and you line it up right next to your nose, straight up, that's where your eyebrow should start. Okay, then the arch, or the highest point of the arch, should be when you line up your brush and go through the middle of your eye. Is that the pupil? I don't know, that, like the center of your eye, when you look straight ahead, okay, and you go like this, then this is where the arch should be. Okay, so my arch should probably be a little bit further out than it is, but like I said, I don't care. And then the end of your eyebrow, the last point, should be where, when you line it up here against your nose again, and the corner of your eye then this is where your brow should end. So that's the traditional thing, but honestly, just do whatever you want, whatever you feel like, you know. All right, so I'm following, going back to my magnifying mirror, I'm following my eyebrows up, and I'm not starting from the very beginning. I'm leaving a little bit here blank, just a little bit, because you can create a way more blended look, that it is not such a harsh Instagram eyebrow, because I don't like that. Anyway, my makeup style is anyway more flowy and not harsh edges and things like this. Alright, so I'm just following it up to the arch, and then I'm just curving it down. Okay, so I'm just gonna leave it like that for now, because I can always change it, because of this color is so subtle that I could just wipe this off, you know, so it really doesn't matter. So that is my whole point with using this color, that it is so good to work with. So I'm just going to do the other side off camera, and then I'm going to be right back. Okay, now I did the second side, and I actually like the second side better. So now now I'll just swipe here over my eyebrow and just sort of remove the pencil where I don't like it, and just try to adjust it so it looks sort of similar. Now, eyebrows don't need to be twins, they need to be sisters, okay? So we don't need to stress out super much about this having to be like, we're people, we're human beings, we are not mirror images of each other, you know? So the one side is not a mirror image of the other side. We are totally different. I also see that in my eyeshadow application, that one eye is, I don't know, even like the bone feels different. So that's why I'm saying don't stress out about it. It's just, you know, it's the way it is. We do our best, and we don't have to be fake about this at all. Okay, so I'm just trying to sort of have it similar, and then I'm placing that same taupe shade eyebrow pencil a little bit further up, just to outline how thick I want to go. So so basically later on, when I go in with my brow shadows, it'll feel like I'm just doing like a how do you say that, coloring in a coloring book, like for kids, you know. For me, it makes it so much more easier like that. Anyway, so here I'm just gonna go and fill that out a little bit, and don't worry too much about it. It will not be super visible under your eyebrow shadows. So as you can see, I'm going in and back and forth between my mirrors, because that really helps me. Like this. And we don't have to be super precise yet about having this ending in a very sharp line or anything. Anyway, we will all you know, use concealer underneath, so it's gonna be good. Don't worry about it at all. Anyway, makeup should never stress us out. It should be fun, and it should be just to our benefit. Okay, so something like that. I think something like that. I'm gonna leave it, maybe draw it a little bit further down here, more or less. Something like that. Okay, so the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm going to take my brow shadows, and I'm using right now the Ardell brow shadows. This is in the shade medium, I think. Is it medium? Yes, it is medium. Okay, it's medium. And I'm going to take a angled brush like this. It's a brow brush, a regular brow brush. And of course there are thinner ones, you know, very small ones, and then there are these. And I always feel that the bigger ones work better, but you do whatever serves you best. And I'm going to go in with this shade, this one, and dipping my brush in, and now again I'm going along the lowest line, like like this, and again I'm starting not at the very beginning, and I'm just tracing my eyebrow according to what I have drawn on before with my eyebrow pencil. So just like that along the lowest line. like this. Okay, and then I'm not taking more product for now, and I'm just going up like this from the line that I just drew on with the eyeshadow, the brow shadow. I'm just flicking it up like this, and it becomes a very fluffed out look, which is way more natural than just drawing everything on. Right now I'm not using any brow pomade. I used to, but I always felt like this looks not like me. It looks too harsh, it looks like too much. So yeah, so that's what I'm doing. I'm just flicking this up and sort of in some way blend out this one line that I just put down, and you saw that there was not a lot, right? So now I have no new product on my brush, and I'm just slightly swiping this now over the beginning part, just very gently sliding it over like this. Okay, so now I'm going to go back to my spoolie, and I'm just going to brush this beginning part here in order to blend out the eyeshadow more, so it will look more natural. So it starts here. Wow, my English, I'm so sorry. So it will start here very gentle and then slowly get darker, because I think that is really pretty. So that's what I'm doing, like this. Okay, and now we are almost done already. I'm going to go into this taupe shade here, and sometimes depending on what look I'm going for, if I'm going for a little bit of a darker eyebrow or more natural like today, I'm going to go into the taupe shade. Sometimes I mix it a little bit with this one, and then I just, with a small but fluffy brush, you know, it is small but pretty fluffy, it should not be anything harsh, I just dust that over the eyeshadow area. Not the eyeshadow area, the eyebrows. The eyebrow area, like that. Because if there are any spaces that are not filled out with the other brushes that the other... Bear with me, I'm gonna get through this. If anything is still missing, that will fill it out. That's what I wanted to say. And again, here in the beginning, I will go in with a super light hand and just sort of really just dust it on like this. Okay, I think this looks pretty good. Of course, I'm going to finish the other side later. I just wanted to quickly tell you what else I'm doing, and I'm using a brow mascara. Because I do feel that first of all it emphasizes the hair that is actually there, and that looks really nice and sort of helps to have a more natural look to the whole thing and not like a just painted on look. So I'm using the Maybelline Brow Drama 12-Hour Sculpting Brow Mascara in the shade Medium Brown. This is how it looks. And it really looks like just a mascara, but with a very small applicator like this. And I don't know why it is curved like this. I don't know who would apply it like this. But anyway, I'm using the bottom part basically, and just very gently moving that over my hair like this. And there are some people who brush up their hair so it is like sticking up into the forehead. I personally don't like that so much for myself, but I'm just following really the natural growth of the hair. Just flicking it a little bit like that, and like that you actually see some structure of your real hair, which I really like. Okay, so that is basically what I do. I'm gonna finish the second one off camera, and then I'm gonna show you what's my next step. Okay, I'm almost done with the second one. I just forgot to tell you that what I think is the most flattering is that when you start your eyebrows, that it should come out straight like this. When you draw this line here, it should come straight. It should not be like super curved here already. Here this is fine, but here it should come out straight. I think this is way more flattering, and I think that's also the traditional way to do that, even if you don't have like harsh edgy Instagram eyebrows, but more natural curved eyebrows, that same rule still applies. That where you start, it should come out in a straight line till, I guess, till the arch. I'm actually arching a little bit much earlier, but like I said, I don't care about all these so much, because this is what works for me. But yeah, I think I like this, and I'm just going to apply that shadow here as well. And then, of course, we have to carve out the underside, which is going to be with my eyeshadow base, and I'm using right now the Soft Ochre Paint Pot from MAC. Or you can use, of course, concealer or anything. And then a lot of people would use highlight, which is this shade. And we would place that right here under the high point of the arch. I never do that, really, that I'm using, I used to do that. I'm not using brow bow highlights anymore. I'm not saying anything against it, it's just that right now this is not what I'm doing. So, but that's the next step that you could do. So let me just get my, wait, does this look good? I think it does. Something like that. Okay. So next thing is my paint pot that I just mentioned to you. This is Soft Ochre from MAC, and I'm going to take a flat and big concealer brush, if I can find one, which looks like this, very stiff and flat and pretty big. And then I'm just going to apply that, because it's also my eyeshadow base, so I'm going to apply that basically all over my eye, but I always start up here, and I'm just going to carve out the line a little bit more, so I know exactly where my eyebrow starts and where it ends. Like this. So then you also see that this part here that before was a little bit, I don't know, not here, not there. Once you put down the concealer or the eyeshadow base, it is suddenly a very defined was the word I was going for, line, and I think that is really pretty. And with the rest of the product, I'll just cover the rest of my eye here, of my eyelid, and then I'll be ready for eyeshadow application. And this is then usually the spot where I zoom in and do my my tutorials for you when I do my first impressions and things like this. This is the stage where you usually see me. So this is what I have done before I turn on the camera. Okay, I'm gonna do the second eye off camera, and then I'm gonna show you how it looks. Okay, my lovelies, I think this is what I want to leave it with for the eyebrow look. I'm going to go now and of course do my makeup, and then I'm going to come back and show you the finished look. But I hope this was helpful for now, and if you have 2 more minutes, because for you it's just a second till I come back with the finished look, for me it's probably going to be an hour. I think I'm going to do something maybe in Bordeaux and maybe gold or something. I don't know, we shall see. I have not made up my mind yet. But so this is it, and I think we did okay. You know, we're not robots. We deserve to be who we are, and there is no shame in this. We do not need to look like robots. Okay, we are people, and we are not mirror images of our own face halves or something like this. You know, it's okay. All right, so that's how it looks, and I'll be right back with the finished look. Okay, my lovelies, we're back, and it's all the way it should be. Okay, so I have been doing this look, and I just wanted to show you. I think it turned out really well. What do you think? I think it's lovely, and I'm gonna zoom you out, and then I'm gonna show you exactly what I did and what I used, and I love it. It is sort of subdued, you know, but I love it. Okay, so I used, which palette is this? One second. This is the Stunning Vibes palette from Morphe. Let me just show you. It looks like this. And I used these magenta shades and Wait, what did I use? Yes, these two I used and blended them out with this here on the side. And on my lid itself, I used this white shimmer and this rose gold shimmer. And under my lower lash line, I used this. This is like a very murky purple. So yeah, that's what I did. For contouring, I used my MAC palette that I did put together myself. This is the contour shade. This is the blush that I used, which I have right now no idea which one that is. And taking it out, can I take this out now? Yes, 1 second, I'll let you know. It's Dolly Mix. It's the shade Dolly Mix, this one right here. And for bronzer, I used a glowy bronzer, which I usually don't do, but I have this from Jade, which looks really, really nice. Nothing like super, super extraordinary, but very nice indeed. It's called Pearl Glow. Okay, then for highlighter, I used the Maybelline Face Studio Chrome highlighter, metallic highlighter in Molten Rose Gold. Looks like this. And lashes are from Mascara, very, very affordable, but they work well. And it is, you know, you cannot wear them like more than 3 times or something, but they are still something like, I don't know, $4 or something like this. So, and I think they're okay. All right, on my lower waterline, I used this bone color pencil from Pupa, and that's it. That's it. That's all I did, and I think it turned out well. Oh, the lipstick. Okay, so this is from Essence, the Velvet Matte Collection. In the shade, wait, what is it? It's the shade Eternal Beauty. Okay, can I go eat now? Anyway, so this is how I'm gonna look today. It's very early in the morning. I'm gonna go wake up my kids now, and then I'm gonna take them to school, and then I'm gonna go grocery shopping. So I think, considering that, it's a pretty good look. All right, I hope this video was helpful for you, and maybe you can, you know, get your eyebrow routine, you know, all amped up. And I think really, if you imagine this look without the eyebrows, that would be so not good. It would be so off balance. So eyebrows are really, really important, and it takes some time. It takes some experimenting with your own face, and it takes some experimenting with different products. I don't claim that I am already there yet, but I think I am much further than I was a couple months ago still. So I might do a updated version at some point, but this is what I'm doing right now, and I'm really, really happy with it. So I hope that was helpful, and if you liked it, then give the video a like. And if you're new here, then please subscribe to my channel. I would love that. And besides that, go ahead and sparkle whatever you do today. Know that you're loved, and I'll see you here next time for my next video. And until then, hugs and kisses. Bye.